Hare Krishna, shortly before Christmas in 1974, devotees distributing books in Los Angeles, in the United States of America, discovered the tremendous potential for distributing Srila Prabhupada's books in the Western countries, particularly at that season. And from that, very quickly evolved the book distribution marathon. It's the best time of the year to distribute books, just before Christmas, when people are anyway in the mood for spending lots of money. That particularly pertains to the West. That gradually evolved further into a marathon for the whole of December, and during this period, beginning at the beginning of December and going on till Christmas or more, devotees of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, they make a special effort to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books, knowing that the effort put in at this time yields more results. Now we're on the eve of the marathon for 2020, and although book distribution always presents various challenges, Maya doesn't go to sleep. The 2020 marathon in much of the Western world is going to be faced with the particular challenge of the restrictions imposed by the coronavirus pandemic and the fear that people have of being exposed to others due to this pandemic. So it's going to be an unusual one and maybe a more difficult one. But those who are dedicated to the service of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, they'll find a way to do so, somehow or other. They'll get the books going out, especially during this season. We want to distribute many, many books. Actually, in every season we want to, but the opportunity is particularly great at the present time. And we can expect that devotees who have dedicated their lives for distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, who have been empowered by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his most empowered representative, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, such devotees, they will keep on pushing out the books, and they will get out many books, especially during this period. It'll be interesting. Let's see what happens, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy unfolds, particularly during this time. But it's not only the most empowered Maharathis of book distribution who engage in the marathon, particularly during this period. Everyone, all devotees take part in it, because naturally the more devotees we have out distributing books, the more books we distribute. There's the great monkeys who put the huge boulders into the ocean for making the bridge to cross over to Lanka. The story is given in Ramayana. There is also the squirrel pushing some grains of sand. Now, the squirrel's contribution is seemingly insignificant compared to the great monkeys, but Lord Rama very much appreciated that. So everyone's contribution is welcome. And even if we're feeling that, well, I'm just not qualified, I'm in Maya, I'm out of it, somehow or other, if we go out, we'll get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Or we can support the book distributors by cooking, by helping in the temple, covering other services that others would do, helping to get the book bags ready, carrying the books. Somehow or other, if we all assist in this, we're going to get Srila Prabhupada's mercy. And again, even if we feel we're rotten, we are products of Kali Yuga, but these books, Krishne Swadhamo Pagate Dharma Jnanadibi Saha, Kalo Nashta Dirshamesha Puranako Dhanodita. This is the verse that Srila Prabhupada quoted when one of his great book distributors, Gopa Vrindapal Prabhu, asked, "So what should we say to people when we're distributing these books?" And Srila Prabhupada said, you can show this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. that this Srimad Bhagavatam is brilliant like the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in this Kali Yuga shall get light from this Bhagavad Purana. So Srila Prabhupada's books, they're giving the light of spiritual knowledge which people need. We should have hoped that during this pandemic people might have become more philosophical, more aware of the danger of material existence. There hasn't been a worldwide awakening of spiritual enlightenment. We need to distribute these books. With that understanding, going out, getting the books out, everyone can take part in this, everyone should take part in this, and everyone, the devotees, the non-devotees, will all be transcendentally benefited by this. So now is a great opportunity to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're all going to die, whether we die of coronavirus or whatever we die of, but before we die, if we can do something significant for spreading the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that will be our great credit in our life. And what can be more auspicious than passing out these books of Srila Prabhupada? I won't take much of your time. You need to prepare yourself by chanting, hearing every single day. Don't minimize that. Invest time in hearing and chanting about Krishna and in going out and getting those books out. All glories to your wonderful service, all of those of you who are distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Hare Krishna.